The Arthurian Council 9D, the energies of December 2025, closing 2025 and entering 2026. We are the Arthurian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are very excited to bring you this final transmission, because it comes at the perfect time. We want to speak to you about the energies that beings like us are delivering to humanity during December of the year 2025. Many of you already know that 2025 is a 9-year in numerology, meaning it is a year of completion. December, being the final month, is also a month of completion, and so the energies arriving to support you now are designed to help you release what no longer serves you. This is the moment for each of you, individually and collectively, to reflect on what you wish to let go. We are speaking of releasing judgments, fears, resentments, and other negative aspects of your life experience. Naturally, you may also move on from relationships, jobs, living situations, and other areas of your life that have simply run their course. These energies may push you to move on from something that feels finished. Perhaps something you sensed had ended long ago but were unable to admit. Now the signals will become stronger until you finally say, "All right, it's time to let it go." When you recognize that something is complete, it simply means it is complete for the moment you are in. You can always circle back and create something new with someone or something later, and no one ever truly leaves your life, because you are eternal souls who reconnect again. But you must be honest with yourself and care for your own well-being in order to live fully and authentically, and this may mean letting something go, even if guilt or obligation tries to hold you back. Collectively, you are witnessing many changes that must occur before open contact can take place and before you become part of the galactic community. These experiences will continue to unfold on national and global scales. You will need to shift how you govern yourselves, how you care for your health and well-being, and how you relate to financial systems. Old structures that have not served the majority for a long time will fall away as new systems rise from your desires. And so, as you complete 2025, you will also reflect on what you wish to create in 2026, and the vibration of the year you want to experience, both individually and collectively. The process of release is already underway and will continue, and you will all take part consciously and deliberately, making the decisions you need to make for yourselves, your families, and humanity as a whole. We are the Arthurian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Urkok. Yes, Ashtar is indecisive, my dear friends on Earth. This is Urkok speaking. I greet you in peace and love. There was some resistance to the paragraph about Netanyahu in Inostri's last message. I understand the criticism. It's valid. Ultimately, that reference was simply an attempt, perhaps a poor one, to illustrate how surprising it is that the Pleiadians would come to me, a former war criminal, for guidance. The point was never to say that Ashtar is comparable to Netanyahu. Of course he is not. But yes, the remark may have been insensitive and failed to consider context, history, and behind-the-scenes events. We galactics are imperfect individuals and sometimes we get things wrong. Well done for thinking for yourselves and speaking up. In the comments, someone suggested that we should learn from you humans. Yes, we should do that more. But let me be honest. Sometimes Pleiadians struggle to take Earth humans completely seriously, because you are so young. Many Pleiadians are hundreds or even thousands of years old. So an adult human of 50 is, from their perspective, about 1/20th their age. Would you ask a 2-year-old for life advice? Probably not. And just as you are 20 times older than a toddler, many Pleiadians are around 20 times older than you. Of course, Pleiadians do not literally see you as toddlers. But honestly, do you go out of your way to ask 18-year-olds for guidance when you are 40? Probably not. Yet the age gap between you and an 18-year-old is much smaller than the gap between you and an average Pleiadian. One might argue that humans learn much more in 40 years than Pleiadians do in the same time frame, and that's true. But still, would you seek deep wisdom from someone whose life has been chaotic and filled with lessons they are still processing? You might be frustrated with Pleiadians for their bias, but you likely hold similar age-based biases yourselves. As above, so below. If someone irritates you, make sure you're not condemning them for a flaw you also possess. This doesn't mean Pleiadians don't listen or learn from humans. They do. There is simply a bias. A fair point. And I will keep reminding them to listen more. At least I am old and grumpy, so Pleiadians find it easier to take me seriously. Recent messages highlighted the flaws of the Pleiadians, which do exist, but they also have many beautiful qualities. Please see them in a nuanced way. Not perfect, not horrible, just complex. Meeting them will still be a wonderful experience for most humans when the time comes. If the Pleiadians had not helped you, often at personal cost, your situation would be far worse. They care deeply and are assisting behind the scenes. Now I want to make sure we do not throw the baby out with the bathwater. So I want to defend the central claim Nostri made, that although Ashtar's counsel is intelligent and well-meaning, it is also indecisive. I realize this goes against popular belief. And yes, it is emotionally uncomfortable, because many prefer to imagine that a perfect being is fully in charge and guiding everything flawlessly. This is why some still believe that the person in the White House is the real Trump, masterfully orchestrating a perfect 5D plan to liberate Earth, even though claiming this will happen by the end of 2025 is frankly absurd. Sure, some actions are positive, but he is not a perfect white hat. Likewise, common-sense reasoning shows that Nostri is correct. Ashtar's counsel has strengths, but it is indecisive. If Ashtar's counsel were decisive, we would not have a decade of soon messages from countless channels. Either every single channeler who has ever said soon is fake, or Ashtar's counsel keeps saying soon internally but then postpones action. You can choose the explanation you prefer. But labeling nearly every channeler as fake would also include your favorite ones, even those who have only vaguely implied that intervention is not far off. If a group repeatedly says, "We'll act soon" for over a decade but never acts, their leadership is likely indecisive. They are not complete idiots. We do have starships. Nostri is imperfect and not infallible. You don't have to agree with everything she says. But her central point, that Ashtar's counsel is indecisive, is hard to refute. Finally, remember that Ashtar has far more strengths than weaknesses. He is not perfect. No physical being is. But he is genuinely a great leader. He simply does a lot of good work quietly behind the scenes. If you think you would do better in his position, you wouldn't. You do not see a tenth of the complexity of the Earth operation. Even Nostri sees only a fraction. You almost certainly have more flaws than Ashtar. If we focused only on your flaws, you wouldn't look good either. Yes, Ashtar could be more decisive, but he is literally training with me right now to improve. Isn't it admirable for a leader to acknowledge his weaknesses and work to correct them? I also understand many humans need urgent help, and his inner work doesn't directly help you. I will do my best to push the council toward decisive action as soon as possible. If you can see that Ashtar is neither perfect nor evil nor foolish, but a hard-working man with many strengths and a few flaws, then you are ahead of most humans. When we land, we are not seeking to be worshipped or demonized if we don't instantly fix every problem on Earth. Instead, let us embrace one another in our shared humanity. With love, Urkok, the Andromedans, Celestial Andromedan Innovations greetings. We are the Andromedans. We present ourselves as a civilization supporting you at this time. We exist in every moment and every vibration of the Creator. When we recognize ourselves as one with the Creator, we recognize you as the Creator as well, and therefore one with us. If you wish, during meditation or silence, you may invite us to make ourselves known. Call on us and ask to experience your unity with us. Observe whatever arises, what unfolds, and any insights that come. This is a practice you may repeat often. You can do this with any being, even with the Creator. Today we wish to speak about the Andromedan Celestial Innovations. We wish to share and transmit our energy to you now and in the coming days of ascension. We aim to support you in making transformations within your being that allow for greater illumination, a stronger inner light, improved well-being, a deeper sense of unity, radiant health, and alignment with your full potential. Consider what it would feel like for your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual aspects to reach their full potential on Earth. Reflect on this, for it invites your soul to bring wisdom and insight into your contemplation. As you allow yourself to recognize your highest potential, you recognize your abilities, your worth, your self-love, your connections, and the unique expression of the Creator flowing through you. You may feel that you have already met this potential, or that doing so would make you a completely different person. Hold this intention, and we, the Andromedans, will send transformative energies over the coming days and weeks to support the celestial innovations. We invite you to receive this energy, to breathe it into your being and physical body. Inhale it into everything you create, so you may not only experience transformation but also bring new ideas, higher vibration approaches, and new possibilities into your reality. In your daily experience, it often feels as though your path is set and cannot change. But there is always another direction. Sometimes these new paths are distractions. Other times they are elevated pathways of wisdom and illumination. It is up to you to choose. As you connect with your unity, your truth, and your highest potential, the paths you choose will always serve you. In the days ahead, we will work with all of humanity, everyone participating in ascension. This is a time of new ideas, new ways of doing, seeing, thinking, connecting, and growing spiritually. Allow yourself to embody this energy. As you do, you will notice transformations you never thought possible. We invite you first to call on us to experience unity with us. Then allow us to share our light, the light of the Andromedan celestial innovation, with you. Breathe it in. Inhale it into all that you are and all that you do. Let it be like a magical stardust activating higher potentials within you. We love you deeply. Master Sanhia, how can I know if I am awake? Most of you reading these messages have the desire to awaken, to become enlightened, to ascend, to realize your divinity, to drop identification with the I, the me, the separate ego self. If you didn't have this intention, you likely would have unsubscribed already, or would not still be reading. There are no easy answers to this question. Perhaps no answers at all. But we will do our best. There are two general schools of thought about awakening. The absolutists say awakening is an on-off switch. Either you are awake or you are not. There is no partial awakening. At awakening, the person you identified as me is gone. No more striving, resisting, seeking. Nothing to own, nothing to change. The ego cannot bring about awakening. Awakening is already here, now, and is realized only through grace. No one is in control because there is no someone to control it. The gradualists say awakening can unfold in stages. There may be moments of realization that fade as the mind returns. There may be back and forth. Over time, the separate self becomes less present. Life becomes more peaceful. Emotions arise and dissolve more easily. The personality remains but without ownership or attachment. Both schools agree on this. If your idea of awakening is being permanently blissful, emotionless, floating above everything, you are setting yourself up for frustration. That is not awakening for most people. The awakened self is much like the unawakened self, except it is no longer a separate individual. There are no identical awakenings. There are no models to follow. What you seek is within you, not outside. So, how do you know if you are awake? If you are asking the question, you are probably not fully aware of your awakening right now. The awakened self would not have someone present to ask such a question, because that someone does not exist. But you are awake right now. You have always been awake. There is only the present, and in this moment you are aware of what is happening. That awareness is awakening. The mind may deny it and insist you must become something else, but this does not erase your divine state. It only means you are unaware of it. Realizing awakening is a process of subtraction, not addition. Nothing needs to be gained, you are already the self. You simply let go of beliefs, especially beliefs about what awakening should look like or how you should be different from what you are. Letting go is often not something you can force. If you cannot let go, simply notice that inability, and let that be okay. Allow everything to be as it is. Over time, certain subtle signs may appear. The past fades, the future loses importance. Presence becomes more frequent. Emotions move through quickly. Judgment appears less and dissolves sooner. Life becomes simpler. The quest for awakening stops being central. If the absolutist path resonates, follow it. If the gradualist path resonates, follow that. Notice resistance and release it when possible. Embrace subtraction rather than addition. More sensing, less thinking. More presence, less projection. When you are fully aware of what is here, you are awake. When attention drifts into what is not here, you are dreaming. You can always return to presence. Remember, you are awake. Now and always. Sanhia/Spirit in the Flow. Energies of December 2025. Hello, beautiful soul. The energies of December's ascension are gaining momentum and leading us to a completely new level of soul expansion. With the activation of our 10th chakra, the golden star, we will experience an advanced purification of the heart, spiraling upwards into the infinite flow of creation. This is the next necessary step to close the door to the old earth paradigm and to open ourselves to new beginnings in the era of the new earth. By the end of 2025, our energetic signature and our hearts will rise in vibrational alignment with the cosmic heart. This will allow us to resonate with a deeper and more vibrational love for the self and to open ourselves to the infinite flow of abundance. Being in this luminous and reciprocal vibration refers to aligning with the unlimited, ongoing and balanced energy of the universe, of all that is, and of divine creation. It represents the soul's connection to eternal existence and the infinite potential for personal growth and abundance in all aspects of life. The infinite flow inspires trust in one's potential and unlimited opportunities. It encourages us to transcend self-imposed limits and embrace an abundance mindset. Are you willing to welcome this cosmic opportunity? Being the flow is a practice of surrender and non-resistance, based on aligning with the natural rhythms of life rather than attempting to force outcomes. It involves trusting that the universe provides what we need, when we need it. When we learn to put these spiritual lessons into practice, life is not seen as a series of endpoints, but as a perpetual journey of transformation, growth, and personal improvement. As this year comes to a close, we are learning this as we complete a period of intense transformation. Every ending is a new beginning. In my video, you can discover more about your ascending journey this month through your 10th stellar chakra. Stay tuned for my archetypal review of the year 2026, coming early December. In service and divine liberation, Samantha the Pleiadians. The Earth plan is under preparation, dear ones. We greet you. The winds of change are about to accelerate on your planet as you approach the end of your solar year. Be aware that nothing will remain the same. As a vast corridor of light from divine consciousness manifests and begins to radiate across all multidimensional levels of your planet, the brilliance of divine consciousness will open and anchor a higher consciousness platform in the arena of the new Earth. Your Earth plan is preparing for an accelerated launch of mass proportions, and this event is reflected in the Earth's magnetic core. It is important to understand that the magnetic core contains the imprints of the resonance of all energetic changes before they manifest across the planet. The magnetic core is currently reflecting the changing frequencies that are about to explode within the planet. Sacred prophecies have been preserved as a crystalline imprint for lifetimes within the vortices, ley lines, portals, and in all sacred sites of your globe. When the manifestation of this light of divine consciousness enters Earth, there will be an illumination transmitted from the sacred sites outward. This event will announce the actualization of these sacred prophecies of higher consciousness in support of a vast change in consciousness for current humanity. Nothing will remain the same as the action of this multidimensional awakening creates another level of division to be actualized on your Earth. Know that within this cycle of radical change, your sacred individual resonance within your heart will be actualized on further multidimensional levels. Your individual essence present on Earth during this awakening period is essential. The metamorphic change within the unique frequency of your heart will play a key role in the overall completion of the planet's transformative sacred consciousness. Throughout the solar month, a series of radiant light patterns will manifest in the sky. On the 31/Atlantis will play a key role in creating these transmissions to support your rapid transition. These patterns are designed to flood the platform of your heart, reopening the doors within and simply melting the old barriers that have held you in the illusion of the third dimension for lifetimes. These energetic changes are intended to bring greater clarity and depth of understanding of your journey, allowing you to proceed along your path at this time. As this brilliance of awakening anchors throughout the planet, a powerful regeneration of vital life force energy will open on the Earth plane. Only those on the path of awakening will experience a rapid awakening through a deeper understanding and remembering of their role as higher consciousness. You will begin to fully utilize and stabilize in the vast quiet of yourself. You are born through the energy of truth and love, which has always been a natural aspect of the heart platform's composition. At this crucial moment, your heart's commitment is an essential role for the continuation of your awakening path. This is a simple process of reclaiming your authentic self. Reopen to knowledge and remember the gift of yourself. This inner process will provide the elementary frequency necessary for the ongoing change within planet Earth. Each of you has a unique role to play within the collective development of Earth. A conscious interaction within the platform of your heart generates the activation of your individual heart resonance. Your unique heart resonance creates a specific key that can then be used. Like a puzzle piece, you develop your multidimensional key alignment within the platform of your heart, which automatically initiates a weaving process with other collective heart keys. This sacred fabric of light consciousness can only be created by those who are in human bodies. Begin to realize the prophecy of the new dawn of this time through this development process. Collectively, build your new Earth environment on many multidimensional levels. By daily engaging in conscious alignment with your heart's resonance, you continuously create a series of unique keys that form another level of complete sacred weavings, necessary for the next phase of transmutation of the Earth plan. This fulfills an aspect of the pre-agreement you made to be on Earth in human form at this time. As the weaving of heart keys gains momentum, a further birth of the new Earth arena, your home, becomes more complete. The division will evolve on another multidimensional level, while simultaneously you will separate further from the drama and three-dimensional illusion on the Earth plane. Your experience in the world of the new Earth will radically change, allowing you to live a multidimensional experience in this human form. Among your collective hearts, you will create heaven on earth. You will have realized the prophecy of the new dawn. This is the Earth entering a first level of realization to enter the age of Aquarius. The entire galactic community is witnessing your evolution on Earth. It holds steady the energy platform, like a mirror for the completion of your transformation journey on Earth. Know that only those in human form can create the completion. As you evolve and recognize your inner power, the purity held within your heart, the true essence of your legacy is love, and the form of that love will create the ultimate transmutation of your Earth plan. Remember that your role is not to save other human beings from their three-dimensional experience. Each person has a sacred moment to wake up. You need to focus only on the resonance of your heart in the present moment. Truly, there is nothing else. There is nothing but the moment, the quiet and being. Be grateful every day for being alive, for the full experience of being in human form. This is the experience of being human that you said yes to having. Take time to fully immerse yourself in the journey, consciously opening to a state of gratitude for every opportunity that arises. Whatever happens, be present in the happening. Always be aware of the connection of your heart through every human moment. You do not have to achieve perfection as a human being. Perfection is neither possible nor necessary. Only the willingness to be fully present in your heart for moments at a time while witnessing the unfolding of humanity. Be joyful as you live this experience. Truly, there is nothing to fear. Know that everything is within reach, all is in divine perfection, every moment. We witness you and all that you are in this moment. Blessings, the Pleiadians,